Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to build a new stadium for Man United, but it is going to cost a fortune and it might mean ambition is checked on the pitch for a couple of years. Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants it to be a Wembley of the North, and Andy Burnham described it as the biggest regeneration project that the North of England will ever see. It's fair to say a new Old Trafford will not come cheap. That is why Ratcliffe and Burnham, the mayor of Greater Manchester, have been making their play for public money, a desire that is unlikely to pay off too handsomely given the state of public finances at the moment. If Ratcliffe wants to turn this particular dream into a reality, it is going to be costly. The working group established by Ratcliffe aimed to look at the options available in funding a new stadium and the feasibility of such a project, to report later this year. The biggest question is going to be how it's funded, when the cost is likely to exceed £2 billion at the very least. The absence of any member of the Glazer family from the group already hints at their position. They barely spent on Old Trafford while they were in charge, and they aren't going to foot the bill for a new ground. They have become absentee majority owners. Ratcliffe is also unlikely to cop for much of the rebuild. He put $300 million as part of the investment deal, but that is a drop in the ocean for what will be required. Public funding might cover some of the infrastructure costs around the ground, but loans and club funds will have to contribute a significant portion of the bill. To match Ratcliffe's ambition for the stadium, United might need to go through a period of parsimony, and they can look to two of the Premier League's outstanding stadiums for examples of what can happen when the ambition of a new ground rubs up against the desire to maintain standards on the pitch. The Emirates Stadium overtook Old Trafford as the Premier League's gold standard when it opened in 2006, but the cost-cutting Arsenal went through on the pitch to get there was well documented. Arsenal received no public funding whatsoever towards the cost of the stadium, and they briefly became a selling club, with a series of low-key transfer windows as they went from champions in 2004 to a decade of third and fourth place finishes. Now it is the Spurs Stadium that is the best the Premier League has to offer. The £1 billion project has transformed Tottenham's off-pitch revenue since it opened, and Daniel Levy was fortunate to have the alchemy offered by Mauricio Pochettino to keep the club heading in a positive direction as costs spiraled. Tottenham didn't sign a single player in the 2019 summer transfer window, at a time when they had just played in the Champions League final, and as Pochettino's reign came to a disappointing end, they began to lose momentum, a situation Ange Postecoglou is only just rectifying now. In the 4 seasons since that summer blank, they have finished 6th, 7th, 4th and 8th. The infrastructure costs of a new stadium will be separate from United's FFP calculations, at least, which is crucial given they are close to breaching the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules. There is also the argument that the increased revenue from a new Old Trafford will actually boost United's spending power, once it is delivered. There is clearly room for improvement in the hospitality offering. A new ground will deliver increased capacity, and there is scope to make more money from turning Old Trafford into a year-round destination. The only question is how severe will the pain be to reach the point where that kind of facility is operational. United aren't looking to build a new stadium when they are dominant on the pitch. Ratcliffe is trying to combine a football rebuild with an infrastructure rebuild. That is going to take every bit of the business acumen he has shown over his previous 71 years.